So question was looking at using paid ads to hire a new employee for the first time. What is your experience and what works best? Facebook or Indeed? Any information you can pass along using paid classified ads when hiring would be appreciated. Thanks. Well, I'm going to go in and I'm going to pop the screen out here as we normally do. So what I'm going to recommend is no matter the platform, there's certain things that we would want to actually have to have in this ad for best practice. And this is something that took us quite a few years to really figure out. So this is a example of one of the hiring ads that we actually had for my company, Callahan's Lawn Care. And let me see if I can bump this up a little bit so everybody can see it. So what we really want to do is be able to go out, and this is for a snow plowing, but this will work for lawn care, home cleaning, whatever that looks like. But the idea here is that we went out and did some soul searching for the company, the core leadership team, and then we invited our regular team in to go out and create a mission, vision, values, a culture. We kind of defined it, what it was, and what it basically was our guiding light. That was our principle. So we would go out and hire, train, and fire to our core values. And part of that was Callahan's Lawn Care, giving you the lifestyle you desire. So what we decided as a team was that we wanted to give our customers the lifestyle they desired so they could go out and see their kids' baseball game, their soccer games, whatever it was, and not have to worry about their lawn care and landscape maintenance, or in this case, snow removal. On the flip side of that, we also wanted to give our internal team, our internal customer, the lifestyle they desired. Was it to make as much money as possible and get all the hours they can, or like on a piece rate pay system where we paid them by the budgeted hours? Was it to be out by 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, long as they hit their minimum amount of revenue? Or was it to go out and maximize their earnings throughout the summer? So we tried to align whatever their goal was to whether get out, work early and hang out with their family, or make as much income as they want. We wanted to align to the lifestyle that our customer desired and our internal customer, our client, our internal customer, which was our employees. So you're going to kind of see some of this going in here. And on a high level, before I really dive into this, what are we looking for? What will you be doing? And what you'll need to be successful? And hey, if you're exceptional, you'll stand out here if you have this. So that was one of the many approaches we took in the actual ads itself. But it was very successful for us because once we figured out that mission, vision, value, we knew if they were in alignment to our core values. And one of our core values is we'll do what we say we do. So if we say we're going to call somebody back, we're going to call them back. So that would be one of the questions we'd ask along the way in the hiring process. So we would say, hey, how do you feel when somebody says they're going to call you back, but they don't? And that was a pre-screening question, one of the several ones that we had after they filled out an application like this. And then if the person says, oh, I really hate when somebody says they're going to call me back and they don't call me back, well, that's an indication to whoever's screening or the business owner, if that's in that process, that there may be an alignment to your core values. You may have to have the best snowplower, the best home cleaner, the best lawnmower coming in, but if they're not on the right seat, on the right bus, then there's an issue. So we need to make sure they're in alignment with our values and our mission, vision, values, because they may have the best skill set, but if they aren't aligned to our culture that we developed, they can undermine and erode that very quickly. So what we did here is basically what we're looking for. As a snowplow operator, Callahan, you will be responsible for residential driveway plowing route. This route will have 55 to 60 driveways in a very tight area, approximately 2 to 3 miles. A perfect job every time is never an issue at Callahan's. We'll be counting on you to give exceptional service every time you do a job. So we're setting the expectation of what the job actually looks like for them. Some drivers we had were expecting to maybe do 8 to 10 driveways an hour. With our dense routes, we'd have people do 15 to 20 driveways an hour. So we're setting the expectation of this is kind of the work you're getting into. To succeed in this role, you must ensure efficiency to meet budgeted hourly goals while meeting our clients' quality expectations. So we're setting some examples of what's going on. We're not demanding you must do this, you must do that, but we're defining a culture and what we're into. Callahan's rapid growth allows for great opportunities of advancement with no limits. The only limited achievement within the company is your work ethic and desire to succeed. All employees must perform residential driveway plowing at least 1 year or 1 season before they graduate to commercial plowing. So that's how we trained and sat our bench. A lot of drivers would come in and they would demand that they have to go plow commercial driveways or they're not going to work for us. Well, we knew off the bat they're not a good fit. We're setting the expectation of how we evolve in our organization. All subcontractors, because there's subcontractors that we hired, they would read our help ads, and we plug this in here. We said, hey, all subcontractors must sign a written contract that outlines the responsibilities and pay, and they are basically they are guaranteed. So obviously we 1099 them, and a subcontract has a different set of rules. But we're just kind of planting a little seed in here that, hey, we do also hire work for subcontractors that own their own vehicle insurance and such that needed to be done. What will you be doing? So plowing your optimized residential plow route when Callahan dispatches you every 3 inches of snow. So some people, when they joined the team before we did this, would think that they could dispatch themselves and go to work when they thought it was appropriate based on the snow. That wasn't an option. Now, obviously, we have a different set that mirrors this for lawn care. But no matter your industry, this kind of gives you an idea. Driving a Callahan's newer model truck with a plow that is fully insured. We're not fly-by-night. We have insurance, and it's a newer model truck. Managing your progress each snow event and reporting into Callahan's production manager. So there's accountability. We need to be able to go work through the chain of command. And the record keeping of all the work being performed throughout each snow event and submitting it for weekly payment of your services. So once again, we're using Service Autopilot Mobile, and they're clocking in and out of these jobs. So as we're defining that role, they need to be comfortable with technology and be able to do that. And then you're going to report directly to the company's production manager or company owner. So we're setting a chain of command, the production manager, and then potentially myself as the owner if it escalated to that. So this is what's going on. What you'll need to be successful: a valid driver's license and a good driving record. So don't come and call us and say, hey, I'll get my license back if I can pay off $1,000 worth of fines. No, we're defining you need a valid driver's license at this point and a good driving record. So we're starting to qualify, but we're not demanding. Like, we're starting to build what's in it for them as well. So if they are a subcontractor, a newer model truck equipped with a plow that is insured, a working cell phone and be available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on holidays, whenever it snows. This is a must. We're setting an expectation. You are on call 24/7 if it snows. Our folks in the East right now know what I'm talking about with the last 18 or 20 inches we just got over the last, say, 24 to 48 hours. Knowledge of equipment and techniques to get the job done right on time, to be able to handle the physicalities of the work in adverse weather conditions. We work long hours in these adverse conditions, whether you're in a truck or on a sidewalk crew. Let's face it, folks, not everyone is cut out for snow removal, especially in the Northeast. At least 1 year snow plowing experience for residential, multiple snow season experience is desired. So now we've kind of set the tone, and hey, if you are the right candidate, you want to stand out here, you need strong leadership skills, the ability to work within chain of command. We're already setting that up here. Attention to detail and a sense of urgency regarding being on time and meeting budgeted time completion goals, folks. When it snows, it needs to be cleaned up before those parking lots and driveways open up. Call now or click the form below. And there is an application link that we tie in here to track each one of our applications with a specific form with lead source tracking to track where each applicant came from, just like we would for our customers. So any comments or questions, drop them below. My take on Facebook and Indeed both work great. Depends what part of the country you're in. We had really good success with Facebook, and that's where we had most of our success. Indeed was okay, but it didn't really net the individual that we were looking for. So each market's different in that fact, but all markets are the same, that there is A, labor shortage, and B, we need to align to this new millennials sense of culture and mission and vision, and getting them to buy into a culture and not just a paycheck, because a paycheck will get you nowhere once you hit their minimum threshold. I didn't believe that for years, but a paycheck doesn't make the job. It's everything else that comes with it. So once you meet their minimum needs. So comments, questions, drop below. Callahan's Corner. You ask the questions. We answer them live right here on Facebook. We'll see you again tomorrow, answering your pre-submitted or live questions here on Facebook.